Okey, kita sekarang ni sudah pun masuk back to back ni. Kita sudah pun masuk ke segmen kelas bahasa Inggeris kita. Dan Madam Wan sudah pun berada bersama kita sekarang ini. And what are we going to learn today?
Yes. Okay. So for today's Tuesday class, our English class for today is about common mistakes done by Malaysians.
Only Malaysians,
not necessarily Malaysians, but mostly Malaysians.
Malaysians.
Taking into account probably our culture, or direct translation from our native language. Our mother tongue. What is mother tongue?
Mother tongue, bahasa ibunda.
Yeah. Okay. So taking into account, considerate. Okay, if we consider our Malay language, so probably lebih kuat.
Okay,
lebih kuat. So we tend to translate it. I would like to have this book because I think this is more stronger.
Direct, betul.
Yeah, direct translation. Because we are actually carried away, terbawa-bawa. We are actually carried away by our mother tongue language. So more stronger is completely wrong, because stronger means lebih kuat. The stronger itself has already contained lebih. So when we put more stronger, we have more strong, double strong, which is wrong. So those are things that are related to common mistakes done by Malaysians. And I purposely chose the topic of something to do with mistakes, because I really think that we need to learn from our mistakes, so that we do not run the risk of repeating them. Otherwise, I remember having a friend back then when I was in Kedah. I have a friend who loved to speak English, consistently speaking English, with full of confidence, but it was very broken, and he refused to accept correction. It has something to do with attitude first. It's such a waste, because you have spoken in English like for 2 years, for example. Before public, be it with your friends, be it with your subordinates or your colleagues. You speak English, but you are ignorant. Ignorance in the sense that you do not have the knowledge. Being ignorant, it can be caused by two things. Firstly, because our own attitude. We refuse to take, advice. We refuse to be more accepting, with critique. And there is also another factor which causes ignorance, probably because people around us, they don't dare to correct us. So we don't have the opportunity to be corrected. So after all, it's all come back to ourselves, where we ourselves have to open room for improvement. How to open the room for improvement? It can be by, like for today, by listening to us, by signing up for class, for English class, which would require some money. It can be costly. What's for free is today.
You can just hear from us,
just listen to us
at the MySuara FM from the www.mysuarafm.com. And it's such a waste if you don't want, if you speak English for years, but you don't want to accept any mistakes, any correction, and you continuing do mistakes. So some people that knows English very well, like Madam Wan, she will feel like what is this guy saying? So what are we going to do today? We are going to learn about about mistakes,
common mistakes, which means after this we are going to discuss a list of famous mistakes done.
Okay, dan nak tahu apa list tu, kena standby, stay tune bersama dengan kami di MySuara FM bersama dengan notebook dan juga your pen or pencil right here. Okay. Okay, we're back with our slot English class with Madam Wan, and then today we are going to learn common mistakes done by Malaysians.
Done by Malaysians.
Okay.
Or it can be said like this: common mistakes among Malaysians.
Among Malaysians. Okay.
Among. Because there are certain people pronounce it as among, which is wrong.
Oh, okay.
It is among.
It's not among.
You ingat the chipmunk?
It's the chipmunks. Okay.
Among. All right. So anyway, okay, let's move on with our first element. Feature of English that we are going to discuss here is who and whom.
Okay. All right.
Do you have confusion, DM, when it comes to who and whom?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So, because sometimes, when we are writing a letter, to whom it may concern, sometimes there are people who think, oh, I think it should be who. I think it should be whom. So, which one is correct? All right. So, to who and whom, both are actually pronoun.
Okay. All right.
Okay, technically,
Technically, all right.
Technically, in terms of grammar, okay, let me explain about grammar first. In terms of grammar, both are actually pronouns. And it's just that who is a subjective pronoun, while whom is objective pronoun. Okay. If people wonder what does it mean by subjective pronoun and what does it mean by objective pronoun, subjective pronoun, or sometimes people call it nominative. Okay, nominative pronoun is something along with he or she or it, Pronoun means kata ganti nama. Okay, like she, he. Instead of using their names, probably we can just want to replace it with he or she or he or they or it. So this is something that we call subjective. Subject.
Okay.
The doer. He do it. He called me. He sleeps. He talks. Okay. On the other hand, the objective pronoun is something along with him, putting at the back. I love him. I is the doer, love, verb, him. Him is the object. So that's why we call it objective. Objective pronoun. Okay? Him, her, okay, it, us. She called us. Okay? Us. All right. So anyway, okay. Let's say if you match it with the questions. For example, who calls you just now? Who called you just now, DM? Oh, he called me.
Okay, all right.
So that is why the word who, okay, is used together with, subjective pronoun like he, she, they. Okay, who called you just now? Oh, they called me just now. Okay, we don't say who called you just now. Oh, him called me just now. We don't say that. Okay. All right. So that is how we use who. Okay. That is how we use who to refer to objective pronoun like who, she, the doer, the subject. Okay. On the other hand, whom. Okay, this is referring to objective pronoun, isn't it? Okay. Probably you can say that, okay, I consulted a lawyer whom I met yesterday. Saya merujuk kepada seorang lawyer yang mana saya jumpa dia semalam. I consulted a lawyer whom I met yesterday.
Okay, maknanya lawyer tu akan jadi subjektif.
Ya, akan jadi objektif. I is a doer. I is a subjective.
Okay.
I consulted a lawyer whom I met yesterday.
Okay.
In other words, I consulted him. That's all. So whom here become him. Okay.
Okay. Alright.
I consulted a lawyer.
Macam tricky sikit lah dekat situ. Tak tahu kan kedudukan subjektif dan juga objektif. Okay.
Alright. Okay. So in other words, okay, that is one way of remembering things. That is one way of understanding this. Second way of doing this, which is my way.
Okay.
I understand that. Okay. Who do you love, DM? Okay, I love my parents, for example. As simple as that. But from my understanding, if you want to use whom, whom is in one sentence is a third party, orang ketiga. For example, I met him. I met him, whom I think very arrogant.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Whom I think very arrogant.
I is the first party.
I do the things. I am doing this. Okay. Whom serves, betul lah, serve, still coming back to the first, still related to the first, what do we call it? Still related to the first way of doing this, of understanding this. Whom will always refer to objective pronoun, which means whom do not do things. Okay, but I do things. I met him. Him is a objective pronoun because I is a subject. Okay, I met him, which I think whom I think very arrogant. Yang mana, whom actually serves as yang mana. Okay, but it don't refer to whom is not referring to things that he does. But I do it. I think he is arrogant. It's not that he thinks I'm arrogant.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
Okay, we can have more examples. Probably, this is pertaining to the use of whom.
Okay.
Probably we can say that, you know what? I don't really like my workplace. Okay. Since we have a new boss, whom I think very bossy. I think very bossy. It's not that the boss think I'm bossy.
Okay.
I think the boss is bossy.
We did the things.
Yeah, we do the things. Okay, the boss remain as an objective pronoun. Okay, so that's the difference between who and whom.
Okay.
Okay.
Ya, mungkin sedikit orang kata macam agak tricky.
Yeah, agak confusing.
Tapi dengan latihan yang bagus, kita boleh
betul.
perbaiki apa yang pernah kita buat. Jadi maknanya to whom it may concern, itu adalah benda yang betul. Ya?
To whom it may concern, to whom it may concern, because it's not that to whom, terus ada it, another pronoun. Just like, okay, I met him, whom I think arrogant, whom, terus ada orang lain, I. That's one of another way. Alright. Okay, that is between who and whom.
Okay.
How about which and that?
Which and...
Do you think there's a slight difference or no difference at all?
Which and that?
Yeah, which and that.
Okay.
How about that?
Ya, ini pun selalu kita gunakan, tapi kadang-kadang bukan pada perkataan yang betul rasanya.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. That is actually, okay, technically, this is more to technical things today.
Okay.
That is restrictive pronoun. Okay. That. Restrictive means it is, it is special for the thing that you pointed out.
Okay.
Okay. It is vital to the noun to which it is referring. Okay, for example, you can say that, I don't trust fruits and vegetables that are not organic, for example. That are not organic. So that here is referring to fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
Alright. So, which ni introduces a relative clause. Pelik lah, relative clause. Okay? For example, I recommend you, okay, DM, I recommend you to eat only fruit, only organic fruits and vegetables, which are available in area grocery stores. Relative clause means another, I would say another connecting sentence, another sentence that connected to the previous one. Okay. You are actually having another idea, but connected by which.
All right.
Okay. Connected by which. In other words, that is just to add some more words, while which is used to add more ideas to make it longer. Okay. So that's the difference.
Contoh ayat tu tadi macam mana?
For example. Okay, for the word that, probably we can just say, I only trust, vegetables and fruits that are organic. Okay. You just menyatakan sifat dia, organic, that's all. Very simple idea there.
Alright.
While which, on the other hand, we call it a relative clause, which means you make things longer than that by adding another idea, a solid idea. For example, you can say that, I recommend you, to eat only organic fruits and vegetables, which are available only at Giant's Bukit Antarabangsa. It's a longer one, isn't it?
Yes.
So that's the difference between
so it gives
and that.
some ideas and make it longer sentences.
Yes, that's what we call a relative clause. Clause means another sentence, which has verbs, which has subjects, verbs, and the object. But it's connected to the previous sentence. That's what we call relative clause. So we know that after this, the difference between that and which, that is just a restrictive pronoun to basically to add one or two more words, while which, on the other hand, is known as relative clause, which means to add more ideas, to the previous sentence.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I think it's pretty technical today
Yes.
and somewhat heavy to certain people,
Yeah.
but okay. Never mind. Probably we can listen to a song first
Yes.
before we continue.
relax our mind first.
And I'll try to list something more light after this. Something like that.
All right. We'll be back after this song.
Walau hidup
Okay, masih lagi bersama dalam English class kita bersama dengan Madam Wan. And today we are learning about common mistakes among Malaysians.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so we're moving on.
Okay, moving on.
Okay.
Have you heard the word jealousy?
Jealousy.
Have you heard the word jealousy?
Cemburu
Yes, cemburu.
Okay.
What are other words that can be used to describe jealousy? It starts from E.
Okay. Tak ingat ni.
After E is N.
After E is N.
N.
And. Oh, tak ingat lah.
Envy.
Envy.
Yes, envy.
Perkataan tu. Okay. Selalu nampak perkataan envy tu, tapi
yes,
tak perasan envy tu ada cemburu juga.
Yes, envy means jealousy. But people are confused, okay? When these two words appear, they might think that these are the same. These bring the same meaning, which actually not.
All right.
It has certain degree of difference.
Okay.
In terms of the jealousy level, there lies some difference. For example, the word envy implies a longing for someone else's good fortunes. It's just that you have the desire, but you keep in your heart. You keep it in your heart. Okay. You have the desire. The desire is there. You have the sense of jealousy, but not that much. That's the difference between envy and jealousy, because jealousy is far more nefarious. When I said nefarious, it means more wicked. Wicked, lagi jahat. Okay, more criminal. It's more too criminal.
Oh, okay. Right.
Okay. So ladies and gentlemen,
niat tak baik lah ni.
Yes, niat tak baik. So ladies and gentlemen, so now you know that jealousy, it is restricted to just your feelings, while envy is just restricted to your feelings, while jealousy is something that more than that. It go beyond envy. Okay, probably.
Okay.
It's when it comes to jealousy, it is a fear of rivalry. Okay, kita takut nak bersaing. Okay, that is what we call rivalry, and often present in sexual situations. Normally, it's like that. For example, you feel envy. Okay, when you see she's a good-looking girl, for example, so you feel envy. So it stops there.
Okay.
But you will feel jealousy in you. You will be having a jealousy in you. Jealousy is what happened when probably your boyfriend or your husband suddenly admire the good-looking friend just now. So it go beyond that. You have a strong reason to go far. So the feelings would be wicked, criminal, but not fatal. For example, fatal means something that can cause death. Probably not up to that level, but it can be that level too.
So when we said I am jealous with her, so there's something like wicked or criminal things in mind.
Yes, it can go more than that. So better just use the word I envy you.
Envy, it's not envy. Sometimes just by envy. Envy, Envy. Okay.
I envy you. You know what? You have such a good reputation. You are so successful. I envy you. So in a nice way. Okay. But let's say he did something to you, and then suddenly he got promoted in your in business, in the company, or this.
There's no more envy. I'm jealous.
My jealousy go upstairs now. I have a boss in my workplace. When there was one time, she was so pissed off with one of my colleagues.
Okay.
And then suddenly she said stuff like, you know what? My blood is now going upstairs. But she was downstairs.
Okay.
The blood comes first. She said that in our WhatsApp group. And we was like, oh my goodness, the storm is coming.
Okay, all right. Okay, so our next words.
Moving on. Apart from envy and jealousy, we have another one, which is may and might.
May and might.
Yeah, what's the difference?
Right.
What's the difference between may and might? I previously thought that might. No, this is not previously thought. This is something that I'm still thinking this way. Might is actually the past form of may. While may is in present, might is past. Okay, but it can be taking from the concept of shall and should. These two, should is the past form of shall. Shall we dance?
Yep.
Okay. And I think you should go now. But it has two different functions, okay, of these two words. So the same thing happened to may and might. Okay, may implies possibility.
Okay.
I may come to your house, which means I may not come to.
Oh, okay.
I may come to your house. I may call you. I may give you a call. Okay, which I may do it and I may not do it. All right, that is what we call by may implies a possibility. While might, okay, on the other hand, implies far more uncertainty.
Okay.
Okay. Might implies far more uncertainty. Okay. Probably we can say that you may get drunk. Okay. If you have 2 shots in 10 minutes, you may get drunk. There is a possibility. Okay. Compared to might, far more uncertainty, dia lebih kepada tak ada dah. Uncertainty, certain pasti, uncertainty means ketidakpastian. Alright, so probably if you want to use might, you can say, hey, you know what, you might get a ticket if you operate a tugboat while drunk, which means you mungkin kena saman kalau you drive sambil mabuk. You might get a ticket. So probably kena, probably tak kena. But uncertainty is there. So in bahasa, okay, let's say between may and might, might lebih kepada tak jadi.
Might lebih kepada tak jadi.
Contohnya, you might go to LHDN because they might cancel your payment. Nah, mungkin you tak payah bayar. So, pakai je might, dia lebih kepada macam belum tentu you nak pergi. That is one thing. Secondly is bila you pergi belum tentu dia orang layan. So there are lots of uncertainties there. Okay. And probably benda tu dah tutup. Okay, dah tarikh tutup, it's due. It has come to the due. Alright, so when it comes to May, I may come to your house tonight. So the possibility is there. So that's the difference between may and might.
Okay, possibility untuk datang tu ada.
Yes.
Kalau yang might ni, possibility untuk tak dapat tu lebih besar.
Yes, correct. Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Right.
Okay, that is may and might. Okay, before we have a break, another one. Let's say, the word weather. Weather, not weather cuaca
Okay.
Weather sama ada ni.
Okay.
The word W-H-E-T-H-E-R. There's no A. Compared to cuaca, we have W-E-A-T-H-E-R, isn't it? So this one is W-H-E-T-H-E-R. And if. Okay, so many writers.
Whether and if.
Whether and if. Okay, let's have a look at these two difference.
All right.
The difference of these two words.
Okay.
So many writers, they seem to assume, okay, they think that whether is interchangeable with if, which means, okay, it's up to you. If you want to use whether, you can use whether. If you don't want to use whether, you can replace the word with if. Some people think of it that way. Okay, but actually whether expresses a condition where there are 2 or more alternative. Okay, for example, okay, I don't know whether I'll get drunk tonight. Okay, I don't know whether I'll get drunk tonight. Okay, while if you kalau you nak pakai if, I can get drunk tonight if I have money for both, which means you ada kondisi lain. You have another condition. Okay, putting it in a simpler way, in a simpler situation, probably we can say that I'm not sure whether I will come or not. That's all. Okay. If you want to use if, I will come to your house if I have a transport tonight.
So ada
Two
conditions.
Yes. Okay? You can't say, I'm not sure if I come to your house tonight. It can't be changed. It can't be replaced with if. Whether can.
Whether can. Alright.
Okay, let's see whether I come tonight or not. Macam tu.
Okay, maknanya satu, ada pilihan. If ada pilihan. Whether dia tak ada pilihan. Mungkin pergi, mungkin tidak. Mungkin datang atau tidak. Okay,
Yes.
alright, okay. So that's alright. Before we break for our last talk set after this, then we already learned 5 words.
Which are?
Who and whom.
Who and whom.
And
Good.
which and that.
Okay. Which
Jealous and envy.
Jealous and envy, correct.
Okay. May and might.
May and might.
And whether and if.
Whether and if.
Okay. After this, maybe we can learn
one more.
Alright. Before we
come to the end.
Yes, come to the end.
If you remember the idioms to end the slot, before we call it a day.
Yeah, before we call it a day.
Yes. Call it a day.
Okay. Terus bersama dengan kami lagi selepas ini. Okay, we are going to call it a day, but before that,
we are going to call it a day, or probably you can say, okay, we are about to call it a day.
We are about.
So it's time.
Hampir.
Yes, correct.
So maybe we can learn about one more.
All right, we can have one or probably two. Okay. Now, moving on. Okay, to those who are just joining us, okay, I'm just sharing with you that our topic for today is
common mistakes
done among Malaysians. All right, it's not necessarily by Malaysians. It can be by
anybody,
everyone on earth under the sun. It can be me, it can be you, it can be all listeners. But it's just that what's more important is we learn from it, isn't it? All right, so now, okay. When you were a student, okay, if you notice, in the instruction given in the essay section, please do not write less than 250 words.
Okay.
Your essay shouldn't be less than 350 words. The word less is used.
Okay.
Okay, I noticed it since I was in, primary school, in secondary school.
Okay.
But actually, the use of the word less is actually wrong. It should be replaced with fewer. Fewer.
Oh,
Fewer. Because less actually is actually used for uncountable things. Things which cannot be counted. Then you use fewer. You use less. Okay, for example, you can say that the company. You can say that the company is less successful, okay, now that we have only 10 employees. It's less successful. Success.
Something that can't be counted.
Cannot be counted. Uncountable, because that is abstract noun. Okay, so less successful is wrong. Less successful is okay, but what is wrong is less than 250 words. Words, for sure, that is something that can be counted. So what can be the word that can be used to replace the word less is fewer. Fewer.
Okay.
So after this, we can bear in our mind, especially those who construct exam questions, to the students, be more prudent. When I say prudential, prudent actually means be careful. Okay, be careful with using our words.
Selalu kita jumpa. Selalu sangat.
Yeah, kan? Be prudent.
Yes.
Be careful, actually. Okay, I have another one before we come to the end of our session.
Yes.
Okay, this is interesting. The difference between continual and continuous.
Continual and continuous. Okay.
What's the difference? They are similar, actually, but there's a difference. Okay, they are similar, but there are difference. There's some slight difference, I would say. Continuous is something happen non-stop. Okay, continuously without a stop.
Happen non-stop.
Non-stop.
Okay.
All right. Okay, continuous means something continues without any stops or gaps in between. While continual means something that always occur. Okay, something that is always occurring. Occur means happening lah, berlaku. Always berlaku with obvious lapses in times. Lapse means gap lah. There's some gaps in between. There's some gaps, some stops in between. Okay, but it continuously happen.
Okay.
For example,
right.
Okay, taking the duration as the whole night. Tomorrow I got exam, so this whole night I am planning to burn a midnight oil. Okay, burning a midnight oil means an idioms to show that we study until late at night. Okay, but the continual music from the neighborhood or from from our neighbor next door neighbor made it the worst night of studying ever. Which means not necessarily that the music is on 24 hours.
Okay.
It's just that, okay.
Sometimes kejap ada, kejap tak ada.
Yes.
Tapi
There are times when he stops, there are times when it is on.
Okay.
But it's still annoying.
I see.
Alright, that's one thing. And the example to use continuous, you know what? Her continuous talking for 2 hours prevented me from concentrating. Non-stop of talking.
Okay.
Alright. All right, so that's the difference between continual and continuous. Okay, I think it is clear to everyone. So wow, okay, there are 5 minutes more. So we can say that it is very important. It's very vital and crucial. Okay, vital, crucial share the same meaning as important. It's very vital for us to learn from our mistake, because wisdom, to me, wisdom grows through our attitude of accepting our strengths and weaknesses. Okay, so we know our weakness. One of our weaknesses probably is, in learning process, there are certain things that we do not know. So you look for it, you search it. Okay, you look for it in the sense that you put extra effort and you be more accepting. Okay, with your attitude, because I have come across a few people in my life that refuse to take advice when it comes to knowledge. So it's such a waste of their spirit, waste of their time and energy when they are willing to speak English all the time. It's just that they don't receive proper guidance. So I'm just wondering if they are open to corrections, they would have been a better speaker.
Yes.
So everything that we do, in everything that we do, I would say that attitude play such a big role.
Yes.
Okay, in changing us from towards the betterment. All right, so I think that's all for today.
That's why you have to learn English class from Madam Wan through our website MySuara FM, www.mysuarafm.com, and then we may see you next week.
Next week again.
Yes.
Same time, same day.
Yes. In our English class. Yeah. So to you guys, please stay tuned with me until 2 p.m. today.